So upload. So we discussed gram-negative bacteria. This time we're going to talk about gram-positive bacteria and the two distinct groups. So you have high guanine and cytosine gram-positive bacteria. So that means you have 50% more guanine and cytosine in the nucleotides of the DNA. And in low G plus C gram-positive bacteria, you have low percentage of the same nucleotides. Okay, so one of the classes under the gram-positive high G plus C gram-positive bacteria, you have actinobacteria. So these have these bacteria have a very important role in soil ecology. So they are important decomposers. Most live in the soil, but some are aquatic and most are aerobic. One of this, one of these, wait, I'll admit a few people. So I still have sore throat and cough. So kung pipi ako, so don't mind it. I need to drink every now and then also. Okay, so as I've said, they play an important role in soil ecology, and they're also uh, the cause of infectious diseases in human mouth. So you have diseases like periodontitis and oral abscesses. So they are opportunistic pathogens. Okay, admit ko muna. Baka magreklamo. Okay, another class is Mycobacterium. So Mycobacterium, these are the causative agent. Under the class Mycobacterium, you have the species M. tuberculosis, which is the causative agent of tuberculosis, and M. leprae. So this is the causative agent of leprosy. So there was a time when, before the development of antibiotics, those with leprosy had to be separated. They had to be placed in a separate colony. No? So in the Philippines, we had Colyon as the lep I forgot the term. Well, you have a colony for those with leprosy there, and eventually, because of the development of antibiotics, it was treated, and leprosy is no longer that widespread. In terms of uh, the morphology, of course, it's gram-positive bacteria. You have waxy mycolic acid coat. So this prevents them from absorbing gram-stain reagents. Basically, uh, the staining technique here is called the acid fast staining, so that it will absorb the stain. So the mycolic acid coat protects the bacteria from some antibiotics. Therefore, it adds to their pathogenicity and prevents them from drying out. We have also Corynebacterium. So most are non-pathogenic, except for a few like C. diphtheria, which is the causative agent of diphtheria. Okay, so this is the summary. Again, under actomyces, the in for humans, these bacteria targets the is the cause of many mouth diseases like gum disease. So, um, but most of it is associated with the composition of organic matter. So they have fungus like threads. So like fungus, they have hyphae. Another genus is Arthrobacter. So they divide by snapping. So these are obligate aerobes. So they are able to help in bioremediation by degrading phenol. So that's a benzene ring with an OH attached to the ring. So that's important in bioremediation since phenol is a toxic chemical. You have also bifidobacterium. So these are anaerobes found in the human gut microbiota. You have also Corynebacterium. So as I've said, C. diphtheria causes the disease diphtheria. Okay, so they form palisades, grow slowly, and require enriched media in culture. Another genus under the class Actinobacteria, you have Frankia. So this is one of the nitrogen fixing bacteria and live in symbiosis with legumes. So again, you have legumes like peanuts that help in enriching the soil of enriching the soil basically by adding nitrogen compounds to the soil. Another genus of Gardnerella. So this colonize the human vagina and may alter the microbial ecology, and this may lead to vaginosis. And another genus is Mycococcus. So this is ubiquitous in the environment and on the human skin. So this is oxidase positive, meaning they produce the enzyme oxidase to differentiate from Staphylococcus aureus. Some are opportunistic pathogens. Mycobacterium. So these are, as mentioned, the species M. tuberculosis. M. M. tuberculosis causes the disease tuberculosis, and M. leprae causes leprosy. So they are resistant to drying and phagocytosis because they are covered with a waxy coat made of mycolic acid. Another genus, you have Nocardia, which colonizes the human gingiva. So this may cause severe pneumonia and inflammation of the skin. Propionibacterium. Hindi ko ma-mute. Okay. I'm still adding some people in the waiting room. Okay, Propionibacterium. This is a slow-growing um, aerotolerant anaerobe. So this can grow, it reproduces in the human sebaceous gland, and this is one. This may cause or contribute to acne. Do you know what acne is? What is acne? Any idea? Yes? Ano yung acne? Walang may idea. Tigyawat. Tigyawat is acne. So yung this bacterium, Propionibacterium, is one that may cause or contribute to acne. Okay, another under the genus, under the class Actinobacteria, you have Rhodococcus. So this is a strict aerobe, and it is used in industry for the degradation of pollutants. Okay, so they may cause pneumonia in some animals and is also a plant pathogen. Streptomyces, so this is a very diverse genus. So they are scavengers, decomposers, and this gives the soil its earthy odor. So yung amoy lupa, nandyan galing yung streptomyces. This is used in the pharmaceutical industry as antibiotic producers. Okay, so yeah, so it's a spore-forming bacteria. You have more than 500 species like this. So they're fungus-like in that they are filamentous. So the shape is bacillus or rod shape. Okay, those are high G plus C gram-positive bacteria. So let's talk about low G plus C gram-positive bacteria. One of the best studied under this classification is the genus Clostridium. So it produces endospores. It can live in soil and aquatic sediments. So they are basically anaerobic, meaning they do not require oxygen. So one of the species, C. perfringens, is the causative agent of gas gangrene. And this is the third most common cause of food poisoning in the US. Another species, C. tetani. So yung tetanus, no? How can you get this? Usually, no, sa kwento, usually, paano na nagkakaroon ng tetanus ang isang tao? Does anyone recall? Ako, alam ko, since childhood, sabing, wag ka mag-apak, wag ka magpaa, kasi baka, what do you know about tetanus? Yes, Miss Nika.
Sir, yan po ba yung kapag tawag dito, yung biglang natusok ng bakal na yung may kalawang. Yung
Oh, yeah.
sinasabi nito,
Oh, yun yung tetanus, no? Yung pag natuso ka, malalim yung sugat. So kung mas malalim yung sugat, since it is anaerobic, mas mabubuhay siya. Okay? So kung deeper yung wound, mas mahirap maalis, no? So dangerous ang sakit na to. And that's why it produces masakit yung sakit na to, no? So it may produce a toxin that produce painful muscle contraction. So another name for this disease is lockjaw. So lock and make it hard to open the mouth or swallow. So ang hirap itong sakit na to. So yan. So yan, pag ano yan, pag usually infected, ang pag may metal na ano, may bakal na infected tapos na wound ka nun, yun ang ano, yun yung kwento sa amin na iwasan kasi nga baka magkaroon ng tetanus. Okay, so mahirap kasi i-cure yan, yung tetanus once na nasugatan. Yes, Miss, yes, Mr. Renzo.
Sir, pag nakalunok po ba kayo ng may kalawang, tetano pa rin.
Ano na?
Pag nakalunok po kayo ng may kalawang,
Ay, hindi. Ano ba naman yung sugat naman kasi yung ano, yung diretso sa iba yung kalawang. Ibig sabihin, hindi ka namatay, hindi ka nagkaroon tetanus dahil sa kalawang. May ano lang, may bacteria lang doon. Usually kasi yung mga kinakalawang na ng mga nail or ano, usually yun na yung matagal na exposed sa mga ano eh. So hindi dahil sa kalawang yung tetanus, pero yun nga dahil nga mas exposed sa mga microbes ang kinakalawang, mas maraming kaysa naman mas malinis na ano, 'di ba? Compare mo sa bagong nail or bagong metal, no? I, ano yun, pag ano, hindi dahil sa kinakalawang siya ay meron siyang tetanus. Yung tetanus ay yung virus talaga na si tetanay, meron talaga sa soil niyan. Mas ano nga yung mas matindi yung infection pag yung wound mo. So na puncture ka, yung mas deeper yung wound, mas ano yung sakit kasi nga anaerobic siya. So hindi dahil sa ano yun. Yun ang inisip namin dati ng bata. Pag may kalawang, may kinalaman sa tetanus, pero hindi siya totoo. So it has to do with the bacteria. So pag nakalunok kayong kalawang, hindi naman yan ano, yung kalawang nga ilalagay sa yung sa Himalayan salt, kaya nga red yan eh. May iron oxide. So hindi masama yung iron oxide. Okay, so kalawang is not bad. Kailangan na nga natin ng iron. Anyway, so yun yung ano, yung disease na yung bacteria nagko-cause ng tetanus is actually about the bacteria si tetani. Okay? And then you have also uh, C. botulinum. So ito yung mga ginagawang biological weapon. No? So it produces botulinum neurotoxin. So bukod sa anthrax, ito yung mga deadly neurotoxin na pinaproduce na bioweapon. Okay? So ang ano nito sa uh, uh, botulism ay it will attack the nerves, no? And you have difficulty breathing, you have muscle paralysis. So masakit rin. So parang tetanus din yung ano death, no? Napaka-painful na cause of death yan. Okay, you have also C. difficile, which is a common source of hospital-acquired infection. that can cause inflammation of the large intestines. Okay, another class under under low G plus C gram-positive bacteria. You have lactobacillus. So under this, you can have bacilli or cocci, and you have lactobacillus, leuconostoc, enterococcus, and streptococcus. So in streptococcus, as the name suggests, no, your ball shape, tapos in a chain. So they're classified by serotypes called Lancefield groups, and they have the ability to lyse red blood cells. So kaya na i-rupture yung red blood cells, no, when grown on blood agar. So one of the species under this uh, genus is S. pyogenes, which is considered a pyogenic pathogen because of the associated pus production observed with infection it causes. And it's the most common cause of strep throat, sorry, strep throat, strep throat. So if you look under the microscope, no, yung shape niya, ball shape, and they're like a chain. So under blood agar, it can destroy red blood cells. So nakita niyo rin may halo yung clearing around the colonies. S. mutans is implicated in the development of dental caries, and you have also it can one of the species can cause pneumonia and other respiratory infections like meningitis, etc. Okay, under lactobacillus, you have also bacilli. So bacteria that are bacillus in shape. This morphological diverse that includes bacillus shape and uh, coccus shaped genera. So two are clinically important. You have bacillus and staphylococcus. Okay, teka lang, mag-add na ako ng a few people here. Okay. So this produce endospores. They include aerobes and facultative anaerobes. So yan, isa pang mga biological agent, biological weapon pag mag-produce ka ng anthrax, no? So deadly, napaka-deadly ng anthrax. Sa ano lang, contact with the skin. So with anthrax, um, it can damage multiple organ systems. So your body can undergo sepsis, no? So one of the most powerful biological weapon. Another species, you have B. cereus. So it's a pathogen that may cause food poisoning. You have B. thuringiensis. So these produce several substances used as insecticides because they are toxic for insects. Okay, so yan yung gram stain specimen. So under Staphylococcus, these are facultative anaerobes. So they're halophilic. They're non-motile, ibig sabihin they're not able to move. Wait, natatapos na tayo. So human skin is the main habitat. It may cause infection in skin wounds and prosthesis and is associated with intravenous catheter infections. So it can cause a wide, so S. aureus can cause a wide variety of infections, including boils, carbuncles, cellulitis, and impetigo. They can produce a toxin, enterotoxin, which can cause severe enteritis. Some strains produce the toxin responsible for toxic shock syndrome. Okay, so there you have resistant strains, methylene resistant S. aureus, and vancomycin resistant S. aureus. So this is a scanning electron microscope micrograph of the Staphylococcus aureus. So they're grape-like, so naka-cluster siya. Another, you have mycoplasmas, so they're not stained by Grams, not stained by Gram stain reagent. So mycoplasmas are pleomorphic, meaning they can take on several shapes and may resemble animal cells. So under this, you have M. pneumoniae, which can cause a mild form of pneumonia known as walking pneumonia. Okay, so ito yung mga low G plus C gram-positive bacteria. Again, anthrax under the genus Bacillus, it can form anthrax and food poisoning. Clostridium may cause tetanus, gas gangrene, botulism, and colitis. So this forms endospores. Under Enterococcus, this is abundant in the human gut. It may cause urinary tract infection in the nosocomial environment. Lactobacillus, so they ferment sugars into lactic acid and it's part of the vaginal microbiota and used as probiotics. So yung mga lactobacillus, you find in yogurt, you find in Yakult, yung Shirota strain, especially helps in the digestive system and they very vital uh, organism in our digestive system. Leuconostoc, so fermenter used in the food industry to produce sauerkraut and pepper. Mycoplasma, these genus have no cell wall. Uh, they're gram-positive bacteria because of their genome. So one of the disease that this can cause is walking pneumonia, which is a mild form of pneumonia. Staphylococcus, so it's can also produce coagulase and toxins responsible for skin and generalized infection. It can tolerate high salt concentration, so it's halophilic. So under Streptococcus, some species can cause hemolysis and produce toxins for the throat and generalized disease. Ureaplasma, part of the human vaginal and lower urinary tract microbiota. It may cause inflammation, sometimes leading to internal scarring and infertility. Okay, so you see here the different branches. Yung archaea hindi naman kasi pathologically significant. They do not cause disease known to humans. So we're not going to concentrate on that. We're just going to concentrate on remembering those the bacteria. So archaeal cell membrane, again, remember it's made of ether linkages in contrast with with the ester linkages that you have for bacterial cell membrane. They do not have peptidoglycan. What you have is, for some, you have pseudo-peptidoglycan. For some, you have slime layers. So the genome of archaea are larger and more complex than those of the bacteria. Okay, do you have any questions?